Hello everybody, this is your host, Vic. And today for the next episode of Clone Calamity, we have the Mosky Audio Marksman. It is, so before I went and reviewed the, what was it called? Mosky the Silver Horse, I think. Let me check, I got my notes right here. Let's see. Yeah, I did the Silver Horse by Mosky. Yeah, okay. That's what the notes say. Got it. Anyways. So yeah, before the Mosky Audio Silver Horse, that was a pretty decent one with two voices in it. This is a sort of their new M series, or new when I first heard about it. New M series, and it has multiple modes, where 1 through 4 for the selections is germanium, MOSFET, silicon, and soft clipping. The voice mode, I have no idea what that does. I've tried on and off multiple times. I can't hear any difference. Look, man. But I like the extra clipping modes. That's pretty decent. So the original tone I was using on the ASM Hydrasynth Explorer was just an organ, and then when I started turning this on, and I'm using soft clipping, so there's nothing harsh or super crazy about it, and it's just very basic, giving it a little bit of a boost. So as we always do, let's go ahead and do all the knobs. I'll have level at noon, and we'll just go through each clipping setting. So the first one here, which is where that number 1 is apparently the germanium one, and we'll be using the same tone here. Now this is going to be the MOSFET. Now this is silicon. And then finally soft clipping. So on the highest gain settings, I know you were able to hear at least a little bit of the difference between voicings, but it does look like this is the more of that style of gain where it has the little bit of scrubbing at the top where it sort of jumps. Because watch. It's just a very smooth uptake, and then it kind of bounces right there. So let's see if we can find any noise. Noise here. Looking at the monitors, looks like Voice 2 has slightly higher noise. Yeah, Voice 2 has higher noise. The actual clipping does not seem to change anything here. So we'll just go back to the Germanium and have them work it down to see what we can do. And the noise is pretty much gone there. That's something. Watch this. I don't know if you can hear that, but whenever I tap it, there's noise. Actually, just listen. I'm gonna boost this so you hear it. Do my left hand without the rings. That's some shit. The voicing knob is touching something in there, so when I go ahead and touch it, it grounds itself. That's new. Oh man, that's awful. I don't care if that's a bug or a feature, but maybe don't put conductive material directly onto that. Then, yeah, let's not do that. Oh man. Anyways, let's just do some playing, and then we'll get into the points. Holy shit. So that was playing. The original tone was just... nothing too special there, of course. But before we get into the points, I have to say this channel is sponsored by DefCloud. They are a small family-run business out of California, and they have been a boutique brand. They even do carry Korg guitars there. They also carry Korg, Arturia, and plenty of other very small pedal brand out there. I would highly recommend you check them out if you want to find something you wouldn't find on the bigger store shelves. Go ahead and give them a look. At least look over their products. They have a very responsive staff, and they are very nice people. Thanks again to sponsoring the channel, DefCloud, and now back to the video. So let's just get into the points here. Plastic stuff, yeah, fine. Casing, fine. Knobs, fine. 3 out of 5. I'm not giving you a 4 out of 5. I might even give you less if I think about it more. The fact this is causing conduction when I touch it is not cool. Do something about that. Even just put like a rubber cap over this or something next time you build these. I know no one's going to be holding this the whole time, but let's not do that. Yes, let's not do that. Cool. 3 out of 5. The sound. It does what it's supposed to. I like the 4 clipping modes. It is an expanded clone, so instead of 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5, I will give it a 4. But because of all the issues, we'll say the final score is 3.42 out of 5. That's all you're getting. It is not a bad thing. That just irks me. I don't like that. I don't care how big or small of a brand you are. Don't do that. And I don't want to hear, well, this brand that's bigger does this too. I don't care. Fix it. That is not something I find acceptable to have active conductance happening when I'm touching something on the knob or the pedal or anything like that. It shouldn't happen like that. Because the problem is, it's even, let's say, okay, even though that was just my finger doing that, if you go and expand it outwards and you're having problems like that, eventually your pedal can end up being like a giant antenna if you're really screwing stuff up, and then it's just going to pick up any noise, no matter where you are. Say you are performing on stage with this. A lot of places have dirty power, so even with power conditioners and all that, there can be a lot of things, like if you're using a bunch of wireless systems or even just Bluetooth systems. It's all in the air, and you're going to get EMF radiation into your pedal, and that can cause issues there. I'm going to say that is why you use shielded cables. That is why you want to bring your own power conditioner, depending on where you're playing. I would even recommend an uninterrupted power source if you want to get really clean. And this really depends on where you're playing, how you're playing, and all that. But that's just my advice as someone who actually does go out and perform. For example, just in my studio, I do use Furman power conditioners. And I am going to be upgrading to a better uninterrupted power supply just for protection of my hardware. But I do have proper shielded cables. I do use ferrite chokes and all the other little things to try and get as little noise as possible when recording. It is just little things like that that aren't exactly the most expensive or the least expensive things, but it just brings up quality of life. Rant over. Once again, this has been your host, Vic. Go ahead and like the video if you like the video, or go ahead and subscribe just to help me out in the algorithm, as I do like to grow the channel. Go ahead and share the video around if you know anyone who likes clones, or just wants to learn a little bit of things about synths, as I am also doing a ton of things with synthesizers. Go ahead and leave a comment if you think there is any other clones out there I haven't gotten yet. I have 105, and at the end of the series, we will be putting them all on the same pedal board to make the most clone sound ever. And go ahead and just say hi if you want to. Hello, how you doing? But once again, this has been your host, Vic. Thanks for watching. Bye.